In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can train your dog to stand. You're going to need a clicker and some treats. Now, with your piece of food, you're going to encourage your dog to come forward into the standing position. Now, when they get into the correct position, you're going to mark the behaviour by clicking and give them their treat. If you don't have a clicker, you can use a marker word instead, such as yep or yes. Good gal. Sit. Good gal. Sit. Good gal. Sit. Good gal. Now you can see I'm also using my body language to encourage her forward into the stance, as well as the treat. I'm also taking a step back, and that is encouraging her to get up from her sit and come into the stand position. Now when they're able to do that consistently, at least 10 times in a row, we can start to fade out the food law. So I'm still going to do the hand movement, but I'm not going to have a piece of food in my hand. Good gal. So the treat is now going to come from the opposite hand. Good gal. Sit. Good gal. Good gal. Sit. Very good, Ruby. Sit. Good gal. So once you've faded out that food law, we're going to introduce a verbal cue. Now we do that by saying the cue word as the dog is performing the behaviour. Stand. Good gal. Good gal. Sit. Stand. Very good. Ruby. Sit. Stand. Very good. Sit. Stand. Very good. Now we can start to say the cue word before they do the behaviour, as after a bit of repetition they should start to know what that word means now. Sit. Stand. Very good. Good gal. Sit. Stand. Very good, Ruby. Sit. Stand. Good gal. Now that she's responding to that verbal cue, I'm going to start to fade out the hand signals and my body language signals by gradually making them smaller and smaller until we are just left with that verbal cue. Stand. Very good, Ruby. Sit. Stand. Good gal. Sit. Stand. Very good, Ruby. Good job. Sit. Stand. Good gal. So as you see now, I'm not using any kind of hand signal or body movement. I'm just left with that verbal cue. Sit. Stand. Very good, Ruby. So that's how we train our dogs to get into the standing position. If you have any questions, please do feel free to join our Facebook group, where I will get back to as many of you as possible.